What does Param write about?
Struggle is the thing. Struggle is the sweetest thing. I mean, struggle is what stays with us forever. When you look back from that peak, what you see is that struggle. So we always go around that struggle, how we embrace that struggle, and what are the takeaways from that struggle. Our writing is all about that journey.
Especially with Upasna, there was a lot of lyrical depth involved. The song, it revolved around, as he said, the process of pursuing your art. It's all about the artist who drowns himself or immerses himself in the artistic process and the journey.
Upasana is meditation. Upasana is that commitment. There's a saying, you do whatever you're supposed to do, the rest will be taken care. If you cannot dedicate yourself to art, art will not do anything for you. So that is the basic theme for our album.
Hey guys, welcome to the Art and Culture Tribe. Today we have two amazing artists with us. You want to know more about it? Check out this video. So let's welcome Vijay and Mayur from the band Param. Hello guys, how are you guys doing?
Hello, Dinkar.
Nice to be here.
Nice to be here. And thanks to you for making this happen, because this was definitely needed to understand difficulties of indie artists. This setup was definitely needed. So definitely thanks to you.
No problem. We are so happy that you guys are here. So let's talk about the band and let's get to know each of you. So we'll start with Vijay first.
Yeah,
Vijay bro, how did you get into music?
Well, from fourth class, I think, I used to, I finished all my schooling in Mysore and even college in Mysore. But, Karnataka is one state that is gifted with both Hindustani classical and Carnatic classical. If you see below Tumkur, it is Carnatic classical. Okay. Above Tumkur, it is Hindustani classical. But I was brought up listening to Bhimsen Joshi sir, Mallikarjun Mansoor, Gangubai Hangal. So definitely, one or the other day, my father, even my mother, they wanted me to get the basics of Hindustani classical. So despite of being in Mysore, he searched that he will definitely get into a Hindustani classical music, and definitely Bhimsen Joshi sir is my inspiration to start the journey. And from fourth standard, I got into music. So as we all know, Indian music is melody centered, and West has the gift of harmony. So I always wanted to bring this balance, the gift of melody and gift of harmony. So to get the gift of melody, I got into classical music, and to enjoy the gift of harmony, I started exploring the progressive music, and that's where I am now.
Okay, amazing. And what about you, Mayur?
Yeah, so in my household, I remember when I was a kid, my mom has always been a fan of Carnatic music.
Okay.
And even her mother, my grandmother, used to be a vocalist long back in her youth. So there was definitely this influence of Carnatic music, and my first introduction was always like listening to some Doordarshan channel where they used to play Carnatic music, and my mom never missed a single show. The TV was always running with Carnatic music.
Okay.
So I got introduced that way, and I started to get curious. I asked more questions to her, and she was a huge fan of Carnatic flute especially. So she encouraged me to join some classes.
Okay.
And I started learning. That was the first instrument I ever learned, and I pursued that for a long time. And gradually I got introduced to percussion instruments, and I discovered that I had this natural intuition about rhythms, and I got very inclined towards it. I joined the school band when I was young, and I had this very strong passion towards rhythm in general, and I could pick up drums very easily, and it excited me more than anything else. And there was a period when I used to pursue both flute and drums for a
Okay.
very long time. And once the band started and everything, I am a drummer of the band, so I wanted to spend more time improving and working on my drumming. So I kind of shifted focus to drums more.
Okay.
But the influence is definitely there. Even in Carnatic, the language of rhythm is called Konakol, and
Yes.
I did learn that, and it's definitely there in my playing style, and we have also incorporated that in some of our songs.
Okay.
So that was my background.
Okay.
with
Do
music.
you still rehearse flute? I'm curious now.
Yeah, I do, but not as frequent as drums. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I've never ever. I mean, once I got into drumming, it has become kind of my priority.
Okay. Cool. How did you guys meet, and how did the formation of the band happen?
That was a long story. Mysore, I mean, at that time, we had a good scene. We enjoyed a good scene. We were all rivals before.
Okay.
He was from other band, I was from other band. So all these things happen, a bandmate will quit, he'll go abroad for studies, all that. So handpicked from the rival bands, we formed Param.
So-called rivals.
Yeah, so-called rivals. So it's a small scene. Even Swaratma is from Mysore. Raghu Dikshit is from Mysore. So they inspired us to expand this scene. We were all running around, calling guys for the workshop, getting to know musicians, all that. So we got to know each other as a competitors before. Then we formed this band. Yeah, that's the good thing, because being a rival or being a competitor, you'll get to know the best part of your competitor. So that was the advantage. Yeah. So he was part of a band called other band. I was part of some other hard rock act, and Shreyas was part of another hard rock act. So Inkilab, Suryagrahan, Rock Veda, we were part of many other acts. So after that, handpicked from all the bands, so we could create the project called Param. And it happened like this. It was just in a jam session, like, bro, we want to jam with you. You want to come? He said, okay, good. Why not? We'll jam. So it happened in just one single jam session. It all takes a single jam session, whether to know we are connecting with the music that we are playing or not. So that's how it all started, with one jam session.
Was the genre of the music decided, or was it just let's just rehearse and see what's going to happen?
See, that way, Param is a very democratic band. So I have influences of Hindustani. He's from Carnatic background. Shreyas, he always listens to blues, all that. We always gave it for the song, not for the, not use band's platform to bring in the individual talent, nothing of that sort. We always gave it for the song, and the song should be a hero. So that was always in our mind. You have something to say?
No, that's true. Whatever we do is very feels natural to each of the individual musicians. So nothing is forced. So we just let the song take its own path. Let us take the song through its natural course, rather than making it take some sharp turns.
Yeah,
So
no forced turns.
so we'll just allow it to flow when we are jamming. And I think all our influences seems to be working very well, so that we can individually give our best, and yet that always works out to sound good as a song. So we are not holding back, or we are not giving anything in excess.
Okay.
So it feels very organic.
Okay. And when you were growing up, what are the music that influenced you apart from Carnatic?
Um, I, uh, I used to listen to. I mean, my some of my family members used to listen to Kraftwerk.
Okay.
The 80s. I think it's one of the first techno music bands.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong. That and very, this very famous Pink Floyd songs that I got introduced to, um, and obviously some film music always runs in the house. Um, but the first few bands that I got introduced was like all this Deep Purple and Pink Floyd kind of bands, and then I got into more progressive modern bands as well.
Okay. What about you, Vijay?
Yeah, see, as I told, mostly my till 5th class or 6th class, it was melody centered. I think I started listening to Shakti, Mahavishnu Orchestra, all that, and lately in my college days, I was introduced to Mother Jane. So somewhere I felt this haunting melodies, this darkness, and the energy shifts that comes in the song. I was what to say. I mean, those things. I just wanted to explore those things. So, which was not there. I cannot say it was not there, but it was not predominantly there in Indian classical music. So those energy shifts, I felt, where can I do this? Where can I experiment this? That's where I got to know you'll definitely have to be fortunate enough to find good musicians around and start jamming. Because as a singer, I can never sing two notes together. So the chord itself is a sound that comes out of 2 or 3 notes. That was never possible for me, right? So I think that was the driving force to explore the harmony. After that, we started jamming. Jamming with the sound of strings. I mean, that was the driving force for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we talk about your band, what does Param write about?
For any artist in their journey, there are 2 things, right? It is the struggle part and the result. Even for those Everest mountaineers, they may stay in the peak for hardly for 10 minutes, 15, 30 minutes. But what will stay in their memory forever is that journey, right? People want results, but struggle is the thing. Struggle is the sweetest thing. I mean, struggle is what stays with us forever. When you look back from that peak, what you see is that struggle. So we always go around that struggle, how we embrace that struggle, and what are the takeaways from that struggle. What made us to, select that struggle. All that our writing is all about that journey. Enjoy the journey. Get yourself into the process is what will be our songs. Upasana is that. Upasana is worship. Upasana is giving yourself to the art. Upasana is meditation. Upasana is that commitment. There's a saying, you do whatever you're supposed to do, the rest will be taken care. If you cannot dedicate yourself to art, art will not do anything for you. So that is the basic theme for our album.
Especially with Upasana, there was a lot of lyrical depth involved. The song, it revolved around, as he said, the process of pursuing your art. So there are so many layers when it comes to pursuing your art, and we wanted to touch upon that. And it's all about the artist who drowns himself or immerses himself in the artistic process and the journey, and not exactly about the result as such. So it is about loving what you do, fall in love with what you do, embrace it, it's almost a form of worship when, let us say, a musician is practicing, or a dancer is practicing, or a painter. It is a form of worship, is what we were trying to convey in the song. So as they say, work is worship. So we wrote about that a lot, and we always went about this theme that the more you know, the more there is to know. You can never stop learning. So that was one of the inspirations behind the lyrics.
There's a word that says in that song, "Yalla arite ende ariva antya neene." So you feel that, yeah, I've come to a point. I know the stuff, but art is something like
There's no end to it.
there's no end to it. It will always make you feel you're very small in front of the art. So that was the thing.
Okay. So lyrically, who was writing down the lyrics?
Few songs Mayur has written, and we have for Kannada we got a lyricist called Dora. That's a Kavyanama. Her name is Diana Koratanda. She's from Coorg. So the Kannada was written. The Kannada lyrics was written by her. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so when you guys start, there are 8 songs in Upasana?
Seven songs.
7 songs.
7 songs.
Okay, so what was the process of writing these songs? Can you talk about few songs at least?
See, we have a song called Train Station Blues, right? Like, I have a question. When you're traveling in train, what will be running in your mind?
For me, I think train makes me feel free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I enjoy the sound of the tracks.
Yes, and also the backdrop changes. That changes every time, right? That was the thing. So every station, the energy is different, the hue is different, and the feel, the vibe is different. So we were not a band who always wanted to stick to a genre,
Okay.
but still wanted to get our sound. We never wanted. See, I think that is the power of progressive music, right? We call it manodharma. There is no end. What next is only to be experienced when you reach that station, right? That's the scene. So we, as you rightly told, it's the freedom. It's the freedom of travel. It's the freedom of travel is what we wanted to explore. You travel everywhere. You reach whatever the destination you want, but the moment you come back, that landing note, that makes you feel wow. So that's what we wanted to explore, the manodharma, the progressive freedom, and just travel anywhere you want, but give it to the song. That was the theme. So we did not have any boundaries. You have something to say?
No, that's true. So actually, the very first song, we were just jamming, me and Shreyas, and he came up with a riff. He was like in the process of coming up with a riff, and I was trying to find a groove for it. And it worked out. That song is called the Gru Kyal, and that was among the 7, I think that was the first.
Yeah, that's the first song.
We came
Still
up
the
with.
toughest song.
I remember that song. Yes.
Yeah, that was a while back, and I was just latching on. Me and him were trying to come up with that, and it was completely unplanned that we were even trying to come up with the so-called first song. We were just going at it, and something seemed to work between the two of us. It was starting to feel like a riff and a groove, and he just, I think, discovered that a particular rag works on it.
Yeah.
I think it was Yaman.
Yes, it was Yaman. Yeah.
So it was. It's like he just jumped on the train
yeah,
that
exactly.
we were going on. So, and it was like a kind of a discovery for all of us. And it was not planned that he wants to sing in this rag.
Okay.
It was just in the moment he discovered that this rag will work on this.
That's the beauty of a
thing,
journey.
so-
You don't know the travelers who will hop in which station.
Mm.
That was the whole concept of it. And together we have a journey, yes, but we don't know who hops in when. Generally, what happens in fusion songs is, as he rightly mentioned, we have seen a few of the fusion songs where few sections are forced, but what we are trying to do is extract the emotion. See, even if a khyal is a rendition. It's if Bhimsen Joshi sir sings the same khyal, it sounds different. Mallikarjun Mansur sir sings it, it sounds different. That is the freedom of a khyal. You can have a rendition of your own. So that's what we wanted to have. So that's why we named it Groove Khyal. This is our rendition. So rather than stuffing things or forcing the parts, we extracted the energy of the song. Because even Khyal has energy shifts, the breakdowns, the stops. Why don't we use them? Why don't we pack, our plan within those limits to make the song even more tighter? So I would say we rather extracted from the song. So that was something new experiment we did with that song.
Okay. And when you guys play live, what is your set list like? Like, I've heard your songs and each song has its own space.
Yeah.
Right? So when you start your, what is the first song that you usually start with?
It changes between shows, but I think off late it has been Moon Rain, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, of late it has been Moon Rain and few new songs, but it used to be with Groove Khyal first. Yeah, it used to be with Groove Khyal because it has taste of what we are doing. So our sound, we wanted to start the set with Groove Khyal. Of late, there's an experiment going on. It's not it.
Yeah, actually, right now we are writing new songs, like hopefully for the second album. So there are already a few songs written. So we are more excited to start with those right now. So and they also have this energy to start the concert. So we are starting with some of these unreleased songs.
Okay.
It's like just like us, even the song grows, right? Song evolves. So that's one thing in common with us. We always feel like the song should grow from the jam room till the gig. Because if you don't allow the song to evolve, we never felt the song is complete without allowing it to evolve. Like we used to jam with that song then in the shows, because we get feedbacks from the gigs, from the sessions. So we feel at least it took 6 months to 1 year for a song to grow, because once the composition is done, we cannot say yes, this is done, this song is ready to get recorded. It never happened with us like that. We always allowed the song to grow, because we get feedbacks, right? This is not working out, this energy is not apt for this stage or not good for this session. That's how we made the songs. So we have given enough time for a song to evolve.
Okay.
Yeah, and we often record ourselves jamming or in the gig, and we listen back to it, and I can tell that a few of the songs that we have already in the album, they were quite different in their initial shape.
Yes.
Okay.
So after playing in so many gigs, we kind of the song evolved, and we decided, okay, this needs to be subtracted. Something needs to be added here.
Okay.
So we have done a lot of changes because of these live gigs.
Okay.
Because
So
you can never be a audience, right? You can never listen to your songs live. That's not practically possible.
Yeah, I get what you
Yeah,
said.
so at least you should know how we are sounding. I mean, we cannot be so proud right after the composition. Yeah, this song is good. So yeah, there were many iterations. There were many changes. As he rightly told, initially the song was entirely different, and the way it came out is totally different. So yeah, as I told, we have given each song enough time to get evolved.
Okay. I remember listening to Groove Khayal. I'm assuming it is 2017.
Yeah.
And I was always waiting because I think after that I left that studio that I was
Yes,
working
yes,
for,
yes.
and I moved into corporate. And I was always waiting for the song, and it took a lot of time. So now I can understand why you guys took so much time to get the music out.
Yeah, even the tempo of the song is different
Yeah.
than from that. So we had, in a way, it's a good thing that we took time because now we don't have any regrets about that
Correct.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have any regrets, or we wouldn't change too much about the songs we have already released, and that's what takes time. So
Okay.
to reach a point when you say, okay, this song
This
is
is
done,
done.
I wouldn't remove anything from it, or I wouldn't add anything. So
Just yeah.
that's the reason it takes time, and it is a good thing that it takes time. Otherwise, I think we would be putting out, kind of half cooked things,
Got it.
which is not good. So I think it had to go through the process,
And
It
many
had to-
things changed during recording also. So we did this exercise of listening to our songs in an auto, in a cab, in worst of the earphones, best earphones, some good speakers, bad speakers. Many parts got changed even after that also. So song is not only about the composition, it's also about the sonic quality, right?
Correct.
After how it comes out. So we try to take feedback from too many elements. Yeah, I mean, as he rightly told, yeah, this song is done. Nothing to add, nothing to remove. This song is done. So we always want to come to that point.
Yeah, when you play it live, you obviously do some variations to it to keep it a bit fresh, and try to give the best you can when you're on stage. But when it comes to the studio version, we always want to reach a point where, yes, there's absolutely not a single change that I want to do. Try to get as close as possible to that point.
Okay.
That was the whole intention.
And we always wanted to bring that warmth of life. So what we did while recording, we first did a live tracking of the song. We all were placed in a different booths. We played it live because we are not a metronome guys. We never want that to happen. We don't want the triggers. We want our songs to be very organic, like how it used to be before.
Okay.
So we tracked it live. So we always wanted that energy and warmth of live in our songs. So we kept 40 to 50% of the elements that we recorded live. Only the necessary parts which makes the song beautiful we added. Apart from that, most of the elements are live. I think live is alive. That's what we believe in. Yeah, we are not session artists at all. I mean, the session is one thing where it makes you to think about the sonic quality also, but that's not the thing in live. You have the freedom to play, right? So yeah, we in our songs, like for a listener, if you listen to our songs in the streaming platforms and then you come back to live, there should not be much difference. We never want people to name us, oh, these guys track it well, they're good session artists. They don't do, they don't sound the same way how they're sounding in the streaming platforms in live. We never want that to happen. It should be as close as possible to live. Is what that is the sonic qualities in our mind. How we sound in live, and how we sound in our streaming platforms, there should not be much difference.
Got it.
This is what is in our mind.
Okay. Was there a producer involved in your album process?
That's a big story. We had a producer involved. His name is Mriganka.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Mriganka, do you mean Mac by any chance? No, right? There's a guy called Mac. Yeah.
Mac.
Mriganka Barua.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, he helped us for the production. But over the period of time, once the recording was done, we got to know we are just like 20% done.
Okay.
Yeah, the rough cuts what we have had, and the sound is in our mind. There was a big gap,
Mm.
and that's where this sonic quality comes into play. What is in our mind? Because we are the people. We have grown along with the songs, right? We understood that it is not good from ourselves to make a producer understand what we need,
Okay.
because he came like what, a month ago, a week ago, but we were with the songs almost like
Correct.
5 to 6 years before, right? So that's what we understood, and that's where we took a decision that this is not going to happen.
Mm.
It's us who will be doing the post production, or else the sound that is in our mind is not going
gonna
to come out.
happen. Okay.
So that's what we felt, and the journey started. Thanks to COVID, it made us learn a lot of things. We bought Mac, we learned Logic Pro. These guys have listened to the song so many times. They wanted to just take a break and go away from the album.
Mm.
I mean, because you keep listening to the song, every day it sounds different. You need a fresh ear to give feedback, right? So that was the biggest struggle. Yeah, he has more to say about.
No, it was a very long process. So we did a lot of trial and error, went to different people, and they did their own version of it. But it was quite different from what we
Had
were
imagined.
expecting.
Correct.
So, so we decided. I mean, we were all stranded at home
Yeah.
during lockdown, and we thought we should use this time to try something by ourselves at home. And I guess that time helped us to invest more time and energy in at our home studio. So I just converted my room to home studio in Mysore.
Okay.
And me and Shreyas started to work on the mix, because it was not like the previous versions we heard was like pretty close to what we want. If it is 80% or 90%, then you can make it work.
Yeah.
But if it's like can't be apples and oranges. So we thought, okay, we have the sound in our head, let's try and achieve that sound. And we kept pushing ourselves more and more every day, and we learned a lot of things on the job.
Okay.
And I think we got it as close as we possibly could to what we want the songs to sound like.
Okay.
And
Now-
there is always more to learn. We are going to get better as we go, and I think our upcoming songs will also reflect that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to know how much of money was spent in this process, because from what I understand is there was a lot of rehearsals that happened, there was a lot of recordings that happened, then there was a process of recording and changing few elements, studio time. So much money has been spent here. Is there a number?
Exact number I'm not sure, but it's a few lakhs.
Yeah, more than 5. Yeah, around 5.5.
I guess it might be.
I mean, we felt we paid to learn. That's what we felt. I mean, we were happy to invest on that. Now, see, one thing what we felt is it's not about the gears. it's not about your performance also. It's finally that sound what you're looking for. Whatever you weigh, whatever you weigh, you have it in your mind, or any process. Unless your song is not sounding the way you want, it's not done. So we went to a point like we are investing whatever it takes, but we want to get there. Because unless you show the world what sound you're looking for, what's the point? I mean, we don't want people to say, okay, you guys sound like this.
Correct.
You guys sound like somewhat like this band. We never wanted that to happen. We always wanted to come out with songs like, yes, this is our sound.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think when people listen to the song, they either like it or they don't like it. I don't think they care too much about which pedals were used.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Right. So I think it doesn't matter if you could mix the song in half an hour or 1 month. As long as it sounds good, it's good. So we just forgot about all those things. Like finally, just do what it takes to get there. So similarly, some songs maybe it took quicker for us to mix. Some songs took a lot of effort.
Okay. So the mixing also happened within the band?
Yes.
Okay.
And a few songs we sent it to
Mastering.
mastering. We
For
sent
mastering,
it to
we
sent it to Steve Kitch from UK. Yeah. But mixing, Shreyas and Mayur, they had. I mean, it was because of them, I can say that. They had all the courage to. I mean, we never wanted to count the number of iterations we did. No, we always wanted to get the sound. Number of iterations, all that is not a thing for us. Are we there? Is what the questions we three used to ask. Are we there yet? Are we there? Is the only thing we had in our mind. Apart from that, it's okay. If it is taking time, let it take.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. So I think it's about finally the experience you are giving to yourself and the listener.
Okay.
So as long as you're doing justice to that and you're staying honest to the sound you want to achieve, I think you are on the right path. And it was a tremendous learning for both of us, I think.
Now they're so confident that they know many things. At least they know that they cannot be fooled.
I mean, finally, I think it's listening skill
Yeah.
Yeah.
more than getting into the computer and doing stuff. It's finally a listening skill. And if you're a good listener, I think you'll do a good job, I think.
It so happened that if you're not a producer, you'll enjoy the songs from the other bands, right? It so happened to us, it is so unfortunate that we started dissecting the songs. Oh, he has kept the levels here. He has mixed it this way.
I think it's happens to everybody.
Yeah.
True.
So we have come to a point where we never enjoy the songs now. We get to the
I
technical
get
part
what
of
you
it.
mean. Yes.
Yeah. So that happened to us. That's where we felt, now we can produce our songs.
Since you told about this, I remember my first, when I joined sound engineering, and my teacher, this is how he welcomes the class. Welcome everyone. So from today, I'm going to ruin your listening experience. This is what he says, and we are like that's not something you want to listen to when you're so excited to go learn sound engineering, right? So we were wondering why, and he looked at us. Now you're wondering why, because after this, anytime you listen to music, you watch movie, you're not going to listen. You are going to listen everything else but the song. And I can totally relate to that. Okay, this is, you see, I can hear this here. But your subconscious is completely lost in understanding these things.
Yeah, I think talking about that, the sign of an amazing piece of work is when you don't think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you watch an amazing top-notch movie,
Yes,
like for me, it's always Martin Scorsese.
of course. Yes.
I don't even think I'm watching a movie. It's happening in front of my eyes.
I mean, that's the ultimate goal. You
Yeah.
should get there. I mean, we should. Our plan is to bring out the songs that will not make even a producer think of all the technical stuff. That's
Correct.
where we want to get.
So as long as you can just enjoy for the sake of enjoying,
Correct.
I think that's the end goal of it.
Okay.
I think there are certain songs and certain bands where you just get lost
Yeah.
in the music
Yeah.
instead of analyzing it.
True.
So I think those are really powerful songs.
Yes. True.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, because of these lessons, now while we are composing only, we know what's good, what's bad.
True.
Now we have the triggers, we have the alarms. We know what more than do's, we know the don'ts.
Okay.
So that's one good thing we have learned from this mixing session.
Correct. And they say that if you are able to understand what needs to be removed, then most of the clutter is clear. And even in one of my teachers, this is basically EQ. So they're like, okay, there's no high frequency boosted. He's like, first of all, figure out if there's a low boom and stuff like that. Try to remove that, and then you'll get it there. So don't boost anything until it's yes. Coming to one of the critical scenarios that we are going around, how difficult is it for you to get your band out there to perform in venues and festivals and colleges?
We feel there should be a process. Currently, it's too random. Like, what to say? The organizers, I think what organizers, even the event organizers or the colleges, we feel they should do some research about what's the scene, how long these guys are, what is the music. Unless you start supporting the cause, the act or the sound, we will not have a good indie artist, because live is what is our energy. We drive our energy from live. If we don't play gigs, we cannot be just creating the albums and releasing out for the streaming platform. That doesn't happen. What I feel is there has to be some research on, okay, I'm going to call these guys or I'm going to support this act. As I again told, that band or that act should have gone through some process, the struggle. I mean, there has to be a process, or there has to be a setup designed such a way that they respect the struggle, they respect the art, they respect the cause. Currently, it's too random. I mean, I see few music festivals, we get questions, why are these guys here? Why are these guys not here? These guys should have been there. Like if you see Woodstock, all that, there is certain research go through, right? Like when they organize something of the sort of Woodstock, definitely for the artist, there'll be something in the organizer's mind, and the organizers do know music.
Yeah.
Right, and the people who handle those music festivals know about music. When such an act is in place, I think there'll be respect to the struggle what we're doing, because finally what we are doing, not only for ourselves, for the scene also.
Okay.
Right, and that part where we're doing for the scene, if that gets some amount of respect, that's where I think
I think
we can crack the scene.
this, first of all, this managing the band and all of those things, I think it is to be considered like a full-time job.
True.
So it is always better to have someone do that if the musician can't do it. But the musician should obviously get to a place where he commands that interest in the audience.
Mm.
Obviously, I think we believe we do that for sure. But yeah, it is not easy. It can't be that you make good music so you will get to play live. So you need a dedicated person to. Sometimes one of the musicians, we for the longest time we have been doing it ourselves, and whatever shows, majority of the shows we have played is through our own self managing. But I really think there is a strong need for
Good managers.
Yeah, true, and dedicated people who understand the sound of the band and
Correct.
where they fit,
Yes.
where they may not fit, and help the musician and in turn help themselves to in this journey. And also there are a lot of venues or festivals and stuff that I mean, not music festivals,
Got
but
it.
maybe college festivals or whatever. A lot of people may prefer like cover bands and all of those, which is fine. It's not a crime to cover songs, but I think there has to be a shift towards original bands.
Yes.
I still see so many of those like generic Bollywood songs being played in every other place that I
Yes.
go to.
Yes.
So I think slowly that people are also opening up to other bands and original music, and I think that shift, the faster and that happens, and more people open up towards independent bands, it will be a huge boost for all bands.
Okay.
See, this established bands should set an example for the upcoming bands, right?
Yeah.
We look out to them and see, yeah, this is where we want to go. Is that thing happening?
No.
Yeah, that's what.
At least in the last 5 years, this is what I've come to understanding. I'm sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
I feel the organizers are not doing a good job in finding the audience. You get my point?
Yes.
They're not doing a good job in finding the audience. They have found similar audience, and that's what they're catering to.
Exactly.
I'm 100% sure that there are many people who don't want to listen to that kind of music.
See, why a festival should be a dance centered? Why should every band and come and make people dance? It should not be groovy all the time. It should not be peppy all the time, dude. It's music. Like if I don't enjoy my songs on stage, I cannot make the crowd enjoy our songs. That concept isn't there, right? In Woodstock, Ravi Shankar ji plays few notes for 10 minutes long together. That doesn't matter. He's in the, I mean, that connect is there between the crowd and the performer. That is not there. As far as you are making the crowd dance, the festival is lit. Is that the concept we are bringing for the music festivals? Are we forced to compose only the peppy songs or the groovy numbers? Is it so? Are we not allowed to explore our music? So, as you rightly told, there are a crowd who want to listen to such act. So you're not connecting the supply and the demand. The unnecessary dots are being connected. So, as you rightly told, there has to be a research where which act you're bringing to the music festival. You can, you can segregate such acts. You can, you can have a dedicated act for such music for such bands. So, what I want to say is, you should allow us to do what we are supposed to do. Unless I don't enjoy my music, I cannot make my crowd enjoy my music, is what I want to say. So that's, there's Junkyard Groove, there's Indiscreet, there's Blackstad Blues. We have to create a scene where we should look up to them. Yeah, that's where we should go. Now, that thing is not happening, is what I feel. There has to be research on which bands you are picking for your music festival. what have they done? What have they done for the music? What have they done for the scene? That's what is creating a cult, right?
Yeah.
So I think we need to focus our energies towards that theme.
Correct.
Yeah.
My recent discussion, I did, talk to one of my guests and told that I feel that for the scene, I think the government is completely unaware of.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure they're unaware. They know there is music, there are shows happening. They might relate to something that is happening from movies. I'm not against movie music at all. It has its own space, but I feel if the governments get involved in curating these spaces, like like I discussed with my previous guest, it might create more job opportunities also.
Yeah.
You start curating shows like this. There's so many good sound engineers, so many good musicians that will, benefit from it.
Yes.
And moreover, I am 100% sure that the audience that was looking for something different is going to find its music or different kinds of dance or any kind of art form that's there. That support I feel is lacking right now, at least in our space. One of the best things that I heard about was when the Hornbill festivals happened in the Northeast, and many other festivals I think happened recently.
Yeah.
I think many of my friends who went there as an audience, also as performers, they told me that they enjoyed every bit of it.
Yes.
Crowd was
We were
very
there,
very active, listening, and they felt good about it. And I think that is the kind of culture we have to somehow bring it in this space also, so that it can spread to different parts of the country.
I agree. I mean, if we keep talking about the scene, and I think the government is yet to enter the scene as such. Of course, they are already there, but I think the things they can do is so powerful. Like bringing up new spaces. I think, like for example, the Nita Mukesh Ambani Center
Yes.
in Mumbai. I don't know how much obviously it's an investment, but like I think the if somebody can unleash their potential, I mean it would be amazing to see what they are
Correct.
capable of.
Yeah.
A lot of people, as you said, will benefit, and curating different venues, different festivals, and even having major festivals coincide with music events. A lot of things are possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were talking about independent scene right now, but if I want to talk about classical music right now, what is happening in that area?
Yeah, see, the scene is making the classical musicians big. That's the scene, right? See, no offense, but why should Shreya Ghoshal be featured in an indie music festival? Simple question. Will Shreya Ghoshal be featured in a classical music festival? It's as cutthroat as that. As simple as that. You want indie musicians to grow big. By indie music organizers, please make the indie musicians big. Don't bring some commercial artist as a headliner, because don't you think we have such great achievers in the indie music scene? Don't you think we have?
Of course we do.
Bring them as the headliners, right? Why are we bringing some, as he rightly said, generic artists as headliners of the music festival? So that's what happens in classical music scene, right? They have these cutthroat standards. Like there is something, the standards are there as a drive force to achieve more. That's it. It cannot be mistaken. Like for example, there is this organization called Speak McKay. They organize only Indian classical art forms. The shows for the Indian classical art forms. To perform there, the minimum criteria is Sangeet Natak Academy winner, Sangeet Natak Award winner, or Padma Shri. So now for a classical performer, that becomes the driving force. Yeah, to perform there, I should go through more struggle. I should practice more. I should experiment more. At least I should reach out to perform there. So that is the sort of example you should set for indie musicians or coming bands. Like for example, there is a music festival. To play there is a dream, and that you know that that festival cannot go wrong. Everyone who performs there has gone through a lot of struggle, and they have done their thing in their life, and they're the pioneers of their genre or their their music. So such setup or such design is not there in indie scene. Like as I rightly mentioned, why should the commercial artist should headline the indie music festival?
Since you spoke about it, and when you were talking, it just came to my mind. Fine, you get the commercial artists, but let them sing their own songs, not from the movies.
Exactly, yeah. That is also there. But still, it's we who should make our artists big.
Yeah.
We cannot expect someone else to come and make our artists big. See, Indian movies have got songs, right? That's why their music is available in abundance. But you take example of West. Their movies, they don't have songs, right?
Correct.
So they are forced to listen to indie music. That cannot happen in India.
True.
But at least there has to be a clear line. Like as you rightly told, right audience should be fed with right music. But now the scene is a bit clumsy. You are forced to listen to commercial music, or the commercial people who love commercial music, they are forced to listen to the indie music. I think there has to be a clear segregation.
Yeah. I'm not saying that audience have to strictly listen to indie.
Yeah. No, it's not that.
No, let us figure out.
Yes.
Find people. I'm sure there are.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, I think as long as the musician is playing something very natural to himself, and he's being as honest as he can to the music he's creating, and as long as he's giving out the best he can, there will be an audience for it. So
Yes.
Sometimes the audience doesn't really, most cases they don't know what to expect,
Correct.
and that's how it is. And so it is the power of the musician to deliver what he wants, and when it is done with enough skill, enough work put into it, there will be people who gather to that particular musician. I think every band may have a certain niche audience to them, and they always like gravitate towards that band.
Yeah.
And you just need to keep working on yourself and keep keep improving yourself to build your audience. And because we cannot really tailor make anything for the audiences, right?
Correct.
So
I think another important thing is an artist talking about another artist.
Yeah.
When we were curating artists in Double O Heaven, which was run by Suraj Mani, he always made sure that, suppose you played a gig tonight, and for the next week or the coming weeks, you are going to suggest few names of the band, that this band is good, get them. I really like their music. And that happened. People were suggesting different artists, different bands, and that's how our curation also became easy.
Yes.
Because if I am trying to find out all kinds of music, it's not possible from just my effort. And when artists started referring other artists, it became such an easy job. And I found so much music doing that.
The thing with commercial music is it has got a bracket. You'll have to perform within that. You'll have to, the lyrics is because of the director said, or it has, the energy shift has to be there here because the director said. The thing with indie music is not that. I think indie music is something where we, enjoy that freedom. Freedom of performance, freedom of if I want to sustain in a note for long, I can. That's the
Correct.
freedom I should have. I mean, let me ask you a question. Like, when do you listen to the music? Like
Me.
while traveling or
Yeah, on the car. But I think I'm somebody who likes to listen, so music is pretty much running everywhere.
Exactly. Like people connect. Like
Yeah.
whenever they're sad, they listen to a few of the tracks. Whenever they're traveling, they have set of tracks. I mean, the penetration should be to that level, right? A music should get there, like a travel friendly song, or whenever you want to, you feel like I want to get energized, I want to listen to this song. I mean, if our songs cannot get penetrated till there, I mean, for indie musicians, I think there's no point.
Yeah, I think, see, everything said and done, if you're good at your craft and you
Yes.
make sure that at least to your idea that it has reached where it is supposed to be,
Exactly.
and you should be when I say you in general, what I mean is you should know what is good quality of sound and things like that. You cannot, because when we are talking about artists on Instagram, right? We are not just okay. We got artist will upload. No, there is a listening session that happens, and I have found good songs not mixed well.
Yeah.
Sometimes the vocals are too low, not giving that feel. I know it can do better. Sometimes the mixes are too on the HF side, high frequency side. Low end is not great. So now I can't tell somebody, like, I know that, and I can't suggest. It's like food.
Yes.
When I recommend you a hotel, I'm sure that next time you should tell Dinkar recommended a good hotel and I like
Yeah,
it.
yes,
It shouldn't be that what is this?
And the thing about it is, if you like it, you keep going back to it.
Yeah.
So that way, food and music are a bit similar. Like if you like the restaurant, you keep going back, and your favorite songs will always be on a loop. So I think that's the sign of something great is people keep coming back to it
Yes.
and they never get tired of it.
That's true.
And one good thing about indie scene is you don't expect anything from an artist. Like we never knew Junkyard Groove is going to come. We never knew Mother Jane will create a sound of their own.
Yeah.
We never knew Agam's going to come. We never knew Indian Ocean will be there. So that is one thing where in indie scene people cannot expect.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow a new lineup will come. We don't know what they're going to bring to our table. So I think that freedom we should embrace more rather than like there cannot be a band like Pink Floyd again. We cannot expect them to get the sound like Pink Floyd. Oh, dude, you should have done like this. You will sound like them. That expectation is not there in indie scene. I think that is one good thing about our crowd. I think we should rather more enjoy that freedom.
Yeah.
And I think whatever comes out of as music, it is because of combination of humans.
Yeah, that's there.
That is the thing. And sometimes I've not released my stuff, but sometimes when I made people listen, they're like, there's another song, you should try something like that. And in my mind, I'm like, thank you for your feedback, but I'm not going to do that
Yeah,
because
exactly.
this is what I want to say,
Yes.
whether you like it or not.
Yes,
And I
yes,
think
yes, yes.
we all should stick to that because it's art form. It's your sound.
It's
Yeah,
your
because
thing.
now
Yeah.
whenever I go back to a composition that I made in maybe 2014, I go back, I'm like, okay, this is good.
This is good.
I'm
yeah.
happy
Yes,
about
yes,
it.
yes. That's there.
So
As long as the creator is happy with
Happy.
it.
yeah,
Nothing
like
it.
I think of course I'm not happy with few songs that is written and that's there, but I go back and this is good. So I'm gonna release it. Previous episode we had someone called Praveen Alva. He sings songs in Tulu, that is the Mangalore native language, and his thought process also was the same, that I just felt right about it and I did it. And when he gave it to a producer, and if he felt it was not doing justice to what his imagination was, like you guys said, right, it didn't make sense, he stopped and he thought through the process and he made sure that what is in his vision and
exactly.
in his this
This
what
happened
was.
to me with my art teacher. I used to pursue art. He told after some point, you should not come to me. you'll become artist of my kind. He said that to me. Stop coming back to me for feedback unless you start exploring your art.
Yeah.
You won't become an artist of your kind.
Yes.
You'll become like artist
Unless
of
you
mine.
start taking call on your, on your work. And
Yeah.
yeah.
You'll become like me. You'll be like, his name is Mustafa Khan. Like he told, you'll become another Mustafa Khan. You don't become Vijay. So that is one takeaway I always keep with. So that's the reason we have Zeppelin, we have Pink Floyd, we have
Yeah.
Porcupine. They're not same
Correct.
because the mix, the batter is different.
I was about to ask about the art. You draw.
Yeah.
Correct. How did that start? And I think I've seen your you draw actors portraits
yes,
and stuff like that. When did that start, by the way?
Thanks to my parents, like they sent me to Rangayana. Like I got the perspectives of many art forms together. So yeah, so like something. My main trade is theater. For a theater, you should know music. You should have sense of art because the set to be made accordingly. And after that, it is performance, right? So first, the set should look good. You should take you back to that era where the play is made. So I think I got triggered with the art. Like whenever I used to see this Ramayana, Mahabharata books, there's a painter called Padma Vasan. He used to take me back to Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga with his paintings. I used to feel like I'm in Ayodhya, I'm in Sri Lanka. I mean, art is something, it can take you to the place where no one else can. Like looking at that artwork, I felt I was there. So again, when I started drawing, I always wanted to depict those emotions. Like when I draw Shankar Nag, it's not about the Shankar Nag, like that song came to my mind. Whenever I draw Bhimsen Joshi ji, his songs came to my mind. And many of the viewers said that when I saw this portrait, that song came to my mind. So that is the connect. So my emotion is transferred.
Correct.
So the purpose is met. So that's how I pursue art actually.
Okay. Great. When you talk about Bhimsen Joshi ji, there are many great songs, of course, but one that sticks to me is Ram 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 Bhajo Ram. When my son was born, probably, of course, I didn't play music, but in the corner somewhere I would just play that song, and he was so pleasant. And now that song is so special to me, and that is what music art does to you.
Exactly. That, I mean, the purpose of the art, if it get transferred in the right way, like the way you have thought of it, then that is where the purpose of the art is served. Like if you have something to say, like Upasana, it's about the struggle. One of our listeners said to me that he stopped his passion for whatever reason. After listening to Upasana, he said, I am starting this back. So I felt the purpose is met.
Yes, correct.
For us, that's the biggest award we can get.
Yeah, I mean, music affects people in very different ways in their own lives. So whatever struggles you may have in your life,
let the art work for you.
Yes.
Exactly.
It does.
It does.
And
it does.
I've come to an understanding, and I think I've mentioned this in many of the episodes, that whether it is music, painting, any kind of art form, try it. You are definitely going to find yourself.
That's why we said it is worship. Worship, I think many might have misunderstood, like it is offering to someone else. It is not the case. Like it is offering to yourself. Like what to say, whenever you are with the art, you are with yourself.
Correct.
The questions, the answer within, it is basically a conversation within, is what I feel. So because there'll be hundreds of permutations and combinations that will be going in mind in the performance, but what you finally deliver in that cycle gap, you'll converse with yourself. Is this right? Is this right? And you decide within that cycle gap. So finally you pick the best of yourself and you deliver. That is what is the gift of art. I think it will make you talk to yourself.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So talking about the band again, this was a deep conversation. So what is next with Param? I know you guys are planning to write the songs, but can you give us some timelines on, because last time I waited too long. It's not fair.
Yeah, we are in the process of songwriting yet still. So I think it's going to take time.
We're done with some 3 songs. Maybe
before even getting to the recording part, we want to be done. And as I said, we want the songs to evolve a little in the live version. So it's going to take a little bit of time.
it has happened to us. We get inspired by the natures. Few songs, we had been to a place called Shirsai, Western Ghats. I mean, we extracted the vibe of Western Ghats in few of our songs. I mean, we do that.
Correct.
We take songs to places, we play there. I mean, it happens, no? The place can also give you some sort of a sound. As I told, we give song a lot of time to get evolved, but again, we won't make you guys to...
Yeah, I think once we hit the recording studio, we should be definitely faster this time.
Okay, cool. I'm very happy about it.
But we want the songs to first reach that place.
Correct. I get that. And let's hope that happens very quickly. And okay, so what we'll do right now is I'll ask you a few questions.
Sure.
It's like a rapid fire, but take your time.
Sure.
It's okay, just few questions. So yeah, you guys can answer separately. Just one question,
sure.
okay? So a show that kind of changed your life. Now this can be either a show that you're performing or a show that you're watching an artist, but that did something to you.
For me, our shows in B flat.
Is this a show we played in or?
No, it can be anything.
Okay. I once watched Zakir Hussain in a classical concert
Okay.
in Mysore. That just blew my mind.
What was happening, that time in your mind?
I never knew. I had never felt a music concert take me to that place.
Wow.
It was simply magical. What I witnessed that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the experience of B flat?
It was so organic, and the sound, it was not, overdone. I mean, we felt this is how a performance should be. This is how we should be sounding. And as a performer, we have the standards, right? We should reach there. We should sound like this in a gig. For the first time, that happened to us in B flat. We felt, we reached there. I mean, not like reaching there, but the sound that is in our mind has come out.
It was there.
I mean, it was there. Yeah. So that was very, that inspired us to continue from there.
Correct.
Because as a performer, you should get that confidence. Are we there? Am I getting out the music that is in my mind? I mean, that happened to us in B flat. Yeah.
Okay, and B flat being one of the nicest, curators of indie scene, we really miss that.
Yes, we really miss that. And they, their commitment towards original music is ultimate.
Yes, absolutely. Aarti Rao.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. An artist you look forward to perform with?
Opeth for sure, Porcupine Tree, and Shakti. Mother Jane, of course, Aviel, of course, and
lot of them are on the list.
Okay, an artist that has inspired you the most?
I should say it was Baiju Dharmajan sir.
Okay.
Yeah, he was my inspiration for me to continue in indie scene because, like as I told, blending two worlds.
And I
the
think,
world of harmony and the world of melody, I think.
Correct. I think you did perform with him in one show, right?
Yes,
I think I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
What about you, Mayur?
When it comes to drumming, my biggest inspiration is probably Danny Carey from Tool, Gavin Harrison, and Nate Smith. I would say these three are my biggest inspirations.
Okay. Your favorite indie bands or artists?
For me, it's Blackstrat Blues is one.
Mother Jane, Avial, Black Star Blues again, and Advaita.
Okay. So when you don't do music, what is that you guys do?
The Rat Race. Anyway, we don't want to be there. But again, when we'll have to survive.
Yeah.
That's why we never wanted to do covers, It's as good as work for any corporate company rather than doing covers. They say, we got many suggestions also, like you can do covers and make money out of music. Not the way, at least for me, I would rather work for any corporate,
And give some creative inputs there.
And for me, music is something should be created. It's I should say it is illegal to hone depth of another artist. Cover is what? You're exploring depth of another artist, which was already created in your way. He has set a platform.
Yeah.
You're building over that. I feel that's why it's okay to work for a corporate company if you're not doing music. But for me, at least, strictly no covers.
Okay. And you, Mayur?
Yeah, I work with a company in the corporate as well. I have some other hobbies, like to travel, and I have been going to the gym lately. So
Okay, great.
Yeah, travel is again something we get inspired.
Awesome. Okay, cool then. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this show. It was great to have you guys here and have wonderful conversations. And we're looking forward for your album. Please keep us updated, and because we want to talk about it.
Yeah, and please do listen to our debut album, Upasana. We have got 7 tracks, and we also have a video song for the title track. We would love to hear from you. And thanks to Dinkar for making this happen. I think we should support his struggle of bringing out the struggle. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll meet again soon. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And that was the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon. We will see you in the next episode. Bye.